How can I be myself if my true self is biblically dangerous? I'm doing everything right, but I don't fully feel here. On today's episode, we're making art from scar tissue and exploring the tension of craving both comfort and combustion. That's my favorite. So girlies who were born into chaos and still sometimes love to flirt with it, come to the front. Quick disclaimer, this video might make you feel a little bit uncomfortable and conflicted at some points, but hopefully I will be able to touch you in all the right places, and at the end of it, you will leave with some extravagant yet comforting ideas. Self-concept. Self-concept is a term of this new age manifestational TikTok healing trend. Is a piece of sanitized crap. You're all probably familiar with this version of healing or reinventing yourself. It's been ridiculously popularized on social media. And this reinvention mostly consists of scripting your new version, like the qualities you would like to acquire, you're supposed to write it down and act like it, embody it. And allegedly at some point you're supposed to become this version. And there is nothing wrong with this idea in general, kinda on paper it works. And I think it worked for me as well when I was 14 or 13 and I was drawing these dream scenarios in my sketchbook, and those were traveling, going to concerts, kissing with boys, and falling in love and blowing up, things like that, and no shit, they all came true with time, and it literally blew my soft teenage mind. But does this support the idea that this whole reinvention through scripting actually works, or is it rather the evidence that this whole approach is perhaps redundant or superficial and only works on the naive minds that are untouched by trauma, stress, or deep spiritual conflict? Thank you. Some of us didn't really manifest our way here, but rather bled into it and died for it violently and repeatedly so many times and experienced, for the lack of a better word, I'm so sorry, ego death. And by that I mean the death of your previous self in a lot of pain, in agony, when the growth and transformation didn't really feel like the excitement of creating your new Pinterest board, or dreaming, or anticipating your future. Some of us didn't really think we will make it this far, right? For me personally, becoming who I am right now sometimes felt like gutting myself wide open with a rusty knife. Way too many times that I thought that this is the end of me, but after all, I didn't really go anywhere, and there was so much more to it than I have ever expected. What if there is a certain pattern to this spiritual purge? Haven't you ever wondered that maybe it doesn't have to be as painful every time? Maybe you are too intense. And if it's true, what do you really do with it? And maybe the next time you burn, you don't have to do it like a stray cat that's been set on fire in a parking lot, but instead you do it, let's say, like a phoenix. This beautiful mythical creature that's tolerant to death. I hope that with this video I will be able to help somebody to go through hell with tools and come out of it still weird and still wild, but completely whole. I have spent most of my teenage years completely out of touch, dissociating, drowning in trauma and all the destructive things. I've been really going through it, and I really had no idea who I am, because trauma is kind of like this thing that leaves your whole identity scattered in pieces. There were so many nights in my life that I thought I wouldn't survive, and things I did on a daily basis that would send my calm, medicated self into a coma, they are still somewhere there at the back of my head. And I can feel that there's still dirt under my fingernails. There are people I loved with my whole disturbed soul and tragically lost that to this day I cannot stop thinking about and probably will never be able to stop thinking about. And there are other people I shared my naked heart with that I would definitely shoot in the face if I saw them in my dreams tonight. I'm pretty sure next episodes will not be as dark as this one. I'm really not into trauma dumping online anymore, but I just really wanted to make a point that there's a lot of dark shit in my past, and yet I'm still here, in my spacious apartment, making pretty good money, and deeply in love with my sweet, sweet boyfriend, who I sometimes don't let kiss my face because I just did my skincare. Can you imagine? I still cannot believe how safe and boring I am, and I love it. And I hate it. Carl Jung had this concept of libido and mortido, where libido is the will to live and mortido is the will to destroy. And I feel like I have been born with both turned up too high. This concept is something that we can really use instead of this rinsed and polished self-scripting journal that TikTok girlies love to promote. If this works for you, no shade, absolutely no shade, just put this video on silent and go about your day so I can get a view from you, thank you very much. Basically, there are two powers inside of you. Will to live and will to destroy. When you take care about yourself, when you get enough sleep, your nutrition is really well. You're doing everything you can to thrive in life. And by thriving, I don't mean necessarily financially, but you do everything with intention to bloom and express yourself. You're supporting your libido, and your energy, the quality of your life goes basically up. And if instead you indulge in destructive activities like substances, really shitty lifestyle, engaging in relationships with people who are truly bad for you, you're supporting your mortido. And there is no other way around it than to eventually ending up in a very dark and bad place. This is very simple. If you take a closer look at your life, you will notice which energy do you gravitate more towards, life or destruction. If there are severe destructive tendencies present in your life, I really want you to ask yourself, what are you trying to destroy? What do you hate about yourself? In a meaning, what are you trying to destroy and get rid of? What are you trying to burn? If mortido is dominant in your life, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It doesn't mean you have to script your new version, like your ideal self and just step into it. It really means that there's something in you that you have to say goodbye to. Perhaps burn it and destroy it and know that there's true self at the center of it. And your true self isn't just a set of your character traits. It's a force of nature that is much, much bigger. If I could go back in time and speak to myself like 10 years ago, I would tell her that there is nothing wrong with you. You cannot necessarily fix yourself into a better palatable version, like by having better grades, by being less lazy or more responsible or more likable. There is no such thing. One thing I would tell to her that is the most important, I believe, is you have to take care of your true self. And I don't mean like doing your skincare routine or working out or taking shower once a day. Not that. Not only that. Start giving a shit about who you truly are and ditch everything else. Literally layer by layer, peel off every single mask, every single version of you that is not true. That your parents, your teachers, the guy you have a crush on, the influencers on social media wanted you to be. Find the source of your true, raw identity and lean into it. Explore it. You will find so many amazing things. That's why you shouldn't fake your confidence. You literally have to burn for it in a good way and destroy all the false puzzles of yourself and come out on the other end glowing. So why isn't the hot girl scripting her self-concept anymore? Because she knows it's just a facade for a primal force inside her. By the way, watch this movie Annihilation. It's a really great aesthetic masterpiece, especially the scene at the end where the main character mirrors her black matter clone and then blows it up. This is what rebirth looks like. Aesthetic healing doesn't hold fire. There's more to you than a clean girl, hot girl. There's fire and blood and spit and spirit in you. And if someone hands you a napkin with everything you have to become and fix about yourself in order to be loved and accepted written on it, I hope your chaos bleeds through it, soaks it and burns it. I really want people to fall in love with chaos in a powerful and sexy way. To not be damaged by it, but to be possessed. Express it and embrace it. Channel it and give it a place to go. You don't have to dim your lights and extinguish your fire just to be more socially acceptable and to fit into whatever role or expectation society is trying to push onto you. Instead, I want us to build containers. I'm talking about emotional containers, to be able to sit with your pain, with your chaos, and to be able to listen to this sometimes really quiet inner voice that is telling you the truth about yourself. And it's not speaking in language per se, but in this really guttural, instinctive feeling that what you truly are matters so much. We create rituals to celebrate and support yourself. Something sacred that nobody else knows about, so it has no chance to be performative. It's something that really helps your fire burn. And we just start with something small, like, I don't know, like an outfit. I am in a really unhinged attire today. It's like a psych ward core. I really love it and I feel like myself in it. If you want me to make a video about the exploration of tools you can use to support your spirit, let me know in the comments. Or let me know in the comments what kind of thing do you do to be yourself. I hope I haven't been too chaotic in my narration today, and if it stung, that's good. That's your wildness waking up. So stop trying to be palatable, be possessed instead, and raise your chaos from your heart into your eyes and burn on purpose. Alright, that was it. Here's my outfit. Do.